Niv Mizzet Parun versus Atraxa, Praetors Voice. Well, plenty of mana there, and mana is, I should say coloured mana, is the thing we struggle with in this deck, so be remiss to throw that hand away. We'll go for a tap land with the Flooded Strand. Haven't played Niv Mizzet Parun in a while, and decided to pull it out again because I remember it being quite a popular deck when I first released it, and was just curious to see if it was still going to be popular if I release another video of this every now and then. Alright, well, a mana drain is pretty good, although it might make our opponent scoop. I do put in the comments section when I am queuing up in the lobby for a game that I don't want any early scoopers to join, but that doesn't mean that people pay attention to that. Niv Mizzet Parun is an Izzet commander, 6 mana for a 5/5, it can't be countered and it has flying. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card, and whenever we draw a card we can deal 1 damage to something. Our opponent is tapping out to show us that they don't have anything. We want as many islands in play as possible, just in case we want to make use of the Vedalken Shackles. So we just pass like that. We've got plenty of counters in hand. And on turn 4 we'll get Snapcaster Mage and Mana Drain online. Mana Drain not quite as good in this deck because of the 6 pips that are on our commander. And Mana Drain makes colourless mana. Our opponent is now at Atraxa mana. Praetors Voice, 4 mana in every colour except red. That is a 4/4 with Flying Vigilance, Death Touch and Lifelink. You proliferate at the end of your turn. Okay, we could put colourless mana into Keranos, certainly. And then we'll be able to hold up Counterflux, so yeah, I think we're going to be countering an Atraxa this turn anyway, but it's good to know that we can actually use the mana for something. And our opponent's at work, so they're just giving us fair warning that they might be delayed in responding every now and then. I'd like to know what the hell job you have that you can play Magic Online at work. Alright, let's get into that mana drain on the Atraxa. Alright, we get 4 mana from the mana drain, and then we can go into the Keranos. And we'll get down the command tower so that we can hold up Counterflux. Unfortunately, can't get down the Sky Diamond. But it might be worth taking a turn off and just trying to get our commander down next turn. Keranos, God of Storms, is an indestructible 6/5. You need Devotion to Izzet of 7 to have it become a creature, 7 or greater. And you reveal the first card you draw on each of your turns. Reveal a land this way and you draw. A non-land allows you to Lightning Bolt. They can go for their commander again here, but it's going to cost them 8 to get it down again. Something I've noticed with Atraxa players is their early play is usually to ramp into Atraxa when she's actually not really going to do anything. Sometimes people go for Voltron, but even so, you don't really want to run out Voltron without immediately being able to protect your commander. But it looks like this is Super Friends, because our opponent is throwing out an Oath of Ajani. So that makes Planeswalkers cost 1 less, I think. Yeah, a generic less to cast for Planeswalkers. Plus counter is not going on a creature because there isn't one. And an Astral Cornucopia, we will allow that as well. See, it feels bad. We could have called our opponent's bluff and gone for the Sky Diamond last turn, and then considered going for Niv Mizzet, but I just want to keep Atraxa out of play. We could go for Niv Mizzet next turn if we draw into a land and then just do the bounce counter. Okay, so it looks like our opponent isn't supposed to be doing what they're doing, but yeah, why not if you're getting your work done. Alright, we get to Lightning Bolt a target, so we'll go for that, and ironically we drew into Lightning Bolt. Now we can afford to go for that Sky Diamond, so even if we don't draw into a land next turn, we could go for our commander. Ugin the Spirit Dragon, yeah, that's definitely not something we're going to allow. So we will get straight into a counter on that. I'll choose Atraxa over Ugin any day. Alright, we revealed a land, so we draw a card. Into the Royal, that's another good bounce effect. Rather use that than Cyclonic Rift if we want to bounce counter the Atraxa. Get down Niv Mizzet and hold up Lightning Bolt, and the good thing about Niv Mizzet coming down when Keranos is in play is that Niv Mizzet gives us Devotion for Keranos all on its own. Get in for 6 on our opponent and we'll pass over. We're just holding up Lightning Bolt here. Oh, and there's a Liliana Dreadhorde General. This is the -4, so we can Lightning Bolt that once they get us to sack a couple of creatures. Yep, that's what they're doing, so we'll go Lightning Bolt onto Liliana. And this is whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card. They're not going to draw any cards anyway. But we draw a card with Niv Mizzet, and then we get to point a damage at our opponent's head because we cast an instant. And we get into another mounting. So we have a nice spread of colours now. But we still have to sack a couple of creatures. That's a good way to get rid of someone's god. We've been successful in getting rid of some really good planeswalkers though. Love Liliana Dreadhorde General, she's really good. Haven't played with her too much, but whenever I have, she's been very, very good. Another card that I haven't had chance to play a lot of yet. Been meaning to make a Gave Guru of Spores deck for multiplayer for quite a while, and I think this is going to go straight into it. Now, Niv Mizzet is going to cost 8, I think, so that is 4. Yeah, we'll have to tap out for it. If we can make Niv Mizzet stick, then that would be really good, because we've got plenty of instants and sorceries that we can get going. Plus we've got Snapcaster Mage into Counter Magic. 1 card left in our opponent's hand. And let's hope it's not a Swords to Plowshares. This looks like a Atraxa mana to me. Oh, maybe not. They've gone for Mana Crypt. It's not a Karn, surely. No, it is just a Atraxa. And then looks like they're casting the last card in hand. Nope, just tapping out, so they've still got 1 card in hand. Not going to swing in with the Evolution Sage. And they can put another counter onto the Astral Cornucopia. So that will produce 2 mana now. We drew a card, so we will... Yeah, we'll go after the Evolution Sage. Get a land down. And then how about into the Royal with Kicker to get rid of the Atraxa. And we draw a card from casting an instant. And we'll also draw a card from Into the Royal because we kicked it. And then we draw the card from the Into the Royal. So we get to ping our opponent again. Get into a land so we can get down this Mox Diamond. And that's actually good because it means we can get the Cold Steel Heart down. Mox Diamond, we have to discard a land. Discard the Reflecting Pool, and then it is Cold Steel Heart. And now we can hold up the Snapcaster Mage and the, Mana Drain. We've also got Cyclonic Rift held up for 2 mana, but I doubt we're going to be using that. Our opponent didn't even make it to the draw step, unfortunately. Maybe they had to close down the... Maybe they had to close down the client because they got caught. But I think we had that anyway. If we had gone for a counter there, we would have drawn a card. And yeah, Fact or Fiction would have gotten us into... Well, we would have drawn another card next turn. More counter magic. Then casting Fact or Fiction draws a card again. And then we reveal 5 cards with Fact or Fiction. 1, 2, 3... 4 and 5, clearing a whole lot of lands off the top, so we just keep the dig through time and then we can get into even more stuff from there. So even if we lose Niv Mizzet Parun, we could just cast it again and hold up counter magic. I don't think we really had to worry about what our opponent was doing there. Once we dealt with Ugin and Liliana, I think the game was set up for us to get off the victory. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this revisit to Niv Mizzet Parun and tribalkai on the EDH channel. Thank you for watching.